Hey Ian, lots been said this week about the belief internally and how you guys are tracking, but what are the keys to winning this game? How do you beat Ireland tomorrow night? What areas do you really need to nail?
Got to nail the things that we've been growing in our game. Rugby's a simple game in playoffs. I reckon it's about the control through your set piece. It's about having the confidence to execute your game plan and not tighten up. And clearly it's the discipline side of the game and how to control yourself when the pressure's on. So that's probably three things I'd give you. But big games are always about that, and we know that, and we've got to be at our best.
Leicester, what's this week been like for you, and I suppose the challenge in front of you? How much are you looking forward to that, and I suppose relishing such a big stage to perform on?
Yeah, I think it's, I guess for myself, it's the pinnacle of my career. I think every rugby player is where they dream to be. The opportunity to go out there and represent our nation and the people we pride ourselves with around the world is truly extremely grateful and something I don't take for granted. And heading into tomorrow, as a collective, our main focus is to earn ourselves another week and another step closer to the World Cup. So yeah.
Ian, have you explored, playing extra time tomorrow, kicks, all that sort of thing that may come out with a sudden death game that you don't usually experience, and what have you done to prepare for that?
Well, we played heads and tails with Will and Leicester in the van coming here to see which one was going to be the goal kicker, and Leicester's not sure, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Groin issues.
So you might have to find Will Jordan. No, we've got a plan around that. So, look, yeah, we haven't spent bucket loads of time on it, but we certainly have got a clear plan. We know the rules about extra time and 80 minutes and then another 20 and then a 10 and a few goal kicks after that. It's the fact is that you can't really 100% plan who's on the field at the end because you can only goal kick. So there's a whole lot of variables that we've worked through, but let's just get it done in 80, eh? Make things simple, keep the broadcasters happy.
And Leicester, for you, you had a couple of cracks at Ireland last year, then we didn't see too much of you in the All Blacks after that. What have you learned over the past year and a half to take some confidence into tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think it's quite obvious. I think the whole world knows this Ireland side is quite established, both in attack and defence, and vice versa. Looking at our squad now, I know we've been through a few challenges and we've been through what we needed to go through, and I can tell you now that today heading into tomorrow, we're a side that has taken a lot of learnings, a lot of confidence, and I know can come in tomorrow night. We're not going to shy away from the opportunities we get. So yeah.
Hi, this morning we had an excited New Zealand media outlet claim that Ireland were in flagrant breach of some rules, that we had an official photographer at your training. Are you aware of this, and are you making a complaint, or is it just some pre-match hype?
I've never heard of it. I've never heard of it, so I'm not sure what we've done, but I haven't seen any little photographer hiding under bushes at our training, so I don't mean to be flippant, but I've never heard of it, so tense old time, isn't it?
Well, we better give you something to do.
He wants two, he said. We've been in the car for 40 minutes coming here for you guys, so please be interesting.
Obviously, a lot of the talk is of the when you play the Irish, it's a good old battle up front. From a back's perspective, Will, from your experience, what are you stepping into tomorrow night? What's the challenge going to be for you dealing with that pressure the Irish will bring?
Yeah, I think clearly defensively we'll be challenged a little bit. I think the structures, the way they play, with guys swinging around and lots of short passing, has caused us a few problems in the past. So we've spent a bit of time working on that this week, and I guess in terms of finals footy as a whole, it's just about nailing the skill sets, basic skill sets under pressure. So across the whole backline, across the whole team, that's been a big focus, and that'll be big tomorrow night. But I think in big games, defence is going to be important. So that's a big task for us tomorrow.
And Leicester, I'm sure these weren't the circumstances you wanted to get, a big game like this in, but it's happened. And rugby is obviously littered with stories of people taking opportunities. Can you just sort of talk us through kind of your mindset when you found out you were going to be getting this chance to play this huge game, and how you kind of view that opportunity, that chance to, I guess, seize your moment?
Yeah, I think for me personally, I think the first greatest opportunity was being named to come over and participate in the World Cup and represent your nation, and to be in this environment and to be in this tournament, it's a massive pleasure. And whether for us, the awesome thing about our environment and our brotherhood is that whether you're in the 23 or non-23, you've got the same purpose, the same respect. And for us to get to where we are today, it didn't take just a game there 23, it took a whole squad. And on heading in tomorrow, those boys that get the opportunity to play in that 23 is only showcasing the backbone of our squad and what they've done. So, yeah.
Hi, Ian. If I can just ask you about the man to your left there. Will has a very good try-scoring record against Ireland. I think it's 3 tries in 3 games. Can you just talk about his athletic qualities and his form since coming back in from the...
How many tries in how many games?
3 and 3.
3 and 3, I like that. Yeah. Look, he's got a pretty good strike rate, and look, Will's a quality player, and he's done a fantastic job for us. He's got an ability to sniff out opportunities and growing massively with his influence in this team off the park. So, a key part of our group, plays well. He loves scoring tries, but he also loves contributing in the other areas of the game too, which is equally as important. So, wouldn't mind keeping that strike rate up. Be nice.
Just a question for Ian. Can you tell us, Ian, what is it about this group of men that gives you confidence that they can do the business against Ireland?
Oh, I think the work they've done. I think the work that we've put in the last month, last 3 or 4 months really, and it's we've always known when you come to this World Cup that, assuming we did the business in the pool play, it was most likely going to be Ireland or South Africa. So either way, you've got a monster quarter-final, haven't you? So it's not like this is a surprise. We've mentally been ready for it. We mentally know that we have to prepare a week at a time, and I think we've been getting a lot better at doing that. And so, with the full belief in this group, we know that tomorrow there's going to be I think there's going to be, if you look at the quarterfinals, there's going to be 4 quality teams that won't be there in the semi-finals, and we're pretty determined that we're not going to be one of them. But we know it's going to be a massive game, and the only way you go into these games is believing in your game and who you are, and we do.
And furthermore to that, just one more question. What would be your final message to your guys before they go out for this one?
I've probably already given them my final message. Really, I just think trust themselves, trust the work we've done as a group, and trust, the work we've done on the field and off the field, and go out and express yourself. Quarterfinals, we don't want to die wondering. You don't want to go in your shell. We still want to play our game, and it's important to us that we do.
Ian, up the back. You mentioned the drive here. Was that one of the key reasons why the team didn't train here today? I know France has been out there just previously before you arrived, but was travel a factor?
Yeah, look, the hotel bases that we get allocated, we have no control over that. Ours is quite a long way away from here, so we made a decision not to do our captain's run here for obvious reasons. That's a regular thing for us, by the way. So we've already done our captain's run, but it's part of regulations that we have to drive in for a media conference.
Are you relaxed heading into tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'm always relaxed when we've prepared well, and I feel we have. So, I enjoyed watching the players prepare this week. They're keen. We know what's ahead of us, and can't wait.
And Leicester, what about you? Sleep much tonight?
Yeah, same as usual. Wake up tomorrow morning, a lot of excitement. I know that excitement's been building right through the week, and tomorrow night you'll see a bit of that. So yeah.
It's your turn, Will.
I'll go for you then first, Will. When it comes to this match tomorrow, just how important is it for a victory like that to maybe help rebuild the aura around the All Blacks, which maybe hasn't been there as much in recent time?
Yeah, I don't know about that side of it. I know that tomorrow's a hugely important match for this team and our goals and what we want to achieve. There's obviously no Monday if things don't go well. So I think, like Foz touched on, we've kept a pretty narrow focus on, just a really sharp performance on Saturday night. And I guess the repercussions beyond that, beside earning another week, we haven't really looked into too much. So I think we're just focused on continuing forward in this tournament and what'll be a big game.
And Ian, just a quick one on Mark. If you progress this weekend, will he come back into contention for a semi?
Yeah, he'll be available.
Ian, here, 10 of Ireland's starting 15 have started every game at this tournament. Their minutes are way higher than yours. They're the highest in the tournament. You've rotated much more heavily than them. Do you think you'll have them for legs?
Everyone's got different strategies. Everyone had different draws. You know, we had a number of players who are unavailable for the first 2 games of this tournament, which sort of changed our strategy a little bit. So I wouldn't read too much into it. I think they're used to that. You know, they've been a very set combination, haven't they, for the last 2 or 3 years at both club level and internationally. And the journeys that each of us has taken the last 3 or 4 years to get to here with all the world situations and travel and quarantine, all that sort of stuff has changed everything. So, but you know, what we do know is we're fit and strong, and you know, in some cases we've got some guys coming back who probably haven't played quite enough. You know, you look at the Ethan de Groot, been out for a couple of weeks, and Tyrell Lomax with his injury, and he's come back and had minimal time at this tournament. So there's strengths and weaknesses for both the strategies, and you know, the good thing about playoff rugby, it doesn't really matter. You know, people just want to get out there and play, and we know it's going to be a full-on game, hopefully a fast game. We'd like that, and if it tests everyone's legs, then we'll be pretty happy with that.
Leicester, you obviously played your first couple of games for the All Blacks against Ireland last year. What are your memories of that, and how much can that help you going into tomorrow's game?
Yeah, it's always going to have its benefits. We understand the structure, the way the Irish play, and for us, it's something we've been building towards for the last few weeks. And I know in our camp, there's a lot of confidence in the work we've done, as Foz mentioned, and I think they was excited to, I guess, put that into action tomorrow. So yeah.
Well, a couple of the Irish boys spoke earlier today about giving Johnny Sexton another week. You guys have some players who are saying goodbye at the end of this tournament. What would it mean for you to actually keep their careers going?
Yeah, it'd be huge. We've got a large number of guys who have given a lot to the jersey, who are, I guess, in their final sort of campaign, and you can see through their actions and their care towards the jersey what it means to them. So certainly that motivates us to keep them going, and everyone's got their own motivations around what they want to achieve, but that's definitely a big one for a lot of us.
You're also up against a fellow Tasman alum and James Lowe. What's that challenge look like for you?
I think J-Lo is a very diverse winger and footballer. I think he's really rounded his game well. Obviously use him to X a lot with his left foot, and pops up around the park a lot as well. So he used to give me plenty of stick when we were playing together in Tasman, so there might be a bit of chipping going on, but he's a quality player, and I think he'll pop up all over the park, so just try and limit his involvement as much as possible.
I'm going to take a last question here on the right.
Hi Ian, earlier in the week Keith Earl suggested that Joe Schmidt wouldn't have any special insight above a regular opposition coach into the Ireland team because of the passage of time and change of personnel. Is that how you view it, or has he been particularly of benefit to you this week?
Look, I think no more than normal. Joe's been awesome since he joined us last year, and I think the information and the different coaching background that he had, he's been able to bring that influence in from the middle of last year. So there's been nothing more. It hasn't been heavily loaded towards his insight into Irish rugby, but I think we've taken the stuff that means something to him. We've merged it with stuff that means something to us and created a formula. So this week's largely, in a funny old way, you get into playoffs, it's actually become more and more about us than probably what you think. And I'm sure Ireland's the same. They've got a lot of belief in their game. We've got a lot of belief in ours. And so for us, it's about mastery of what we do and with making some adaptations based on the opposition we play. So, but certainly I'm sure there'll be some mixed emotions for Joe in some ways. He's very passionate and he loved his time in Ireland, and it was a very special time for him. But he's loving his time in this team too, and we're enjoying having him.